If you don't know, about 3 years ago, Keefe D went on Vlad and gave a full recount of the confession that he already told the police of what happened the night that Tupac died and how he and a bunch of his friends were involved in that shooting. Only problem was he wasn't supposed to go on Vlad and repeat any of this. So he had some protection from the law if he had only confessed to them. But he wasn't supposed to go on a tour retelling the story to different media outlets, which he did on Vlad. And he was on Vlad not too long ago. And now, fast forward to today or yesterday, his doors got kicked in. His home was raided because he'd been talking too much. But we're going to let lovelyti guide you through the raid. And then we're going to go down the wormhole of how he got himself to this place.
You can see them raiding it here. The Tupac murder case was lit up with police lights in the dead of night, creating a chaotic scene. As seen in the new video, TMZ obtained dramatic footage from Monday night's SWAT operation when Vegas Metro PD descended on a quiet Henderson, Nevada neighborhood around 10 p.m., honing in on one home and shouting for the people inside to come out with their hands up. In the video, you can hear an officer talking through a megaphone, telling a woman to drop her cigarette and comply with his demands. Eventually, he starts shouting orders at a man as well, yelling him to turn around and put his hands in the air and walk backwards. It is unclear if the two people were the ones inside the home, if they were detained or arrested. But yeah, it's been announced that it was Keefe D's house. And it's very interesting that he just spoke to Vlad not even about 2 months ago, and now all of a sudden his door is getting kicked in.
So we're going to get to the recent interview that him and Vlad did. But I want to take you to 3 years ago when he gave the full confession of this, in which he wasn't supposed to be talking about in the first place.
So let's talk about what happens next. Based on what the book says, Zip gave you guys a Glock, and you guys tossed it in the back seat. And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, "Tupac, Tupac."
No, we coming up, what's the name? What's that, Flamingo? Yeah, I think that's Flamingo. We was coming up Flamingo and got to the light. We was going to go drink and smoke some weed, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next?
And we just came. And I ain't gonna go into details like that, you know what I'm saying? But you got it in a book. You done played it, everything else, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, in the book, you said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
Lane starts blasting. You say Suge looks over, he sees you.
Yeah.
He looks right at you.
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then Tupac's busy getting shot. Evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of
In
the
the back seat or something.
Yeah. What do you see happening inside of their car?
Jumping in. I seen a bullet going Suge head. I thought he was dead.
So Orlando shot across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window and popped.
Who was it?
They were drove on my side. I was popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
I'm not going to go into details on that one. Keep the streets on me. I ain't going to go into detail on that.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and read from the book.
Well,
So
let them buy the book then.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to read this passage. It was on. Tupac made an erratic move and began to reach down beneath his seat. It was the first and only time in my life that I could relate to the police command. Keep your hands where I could see them. Instead, Pac pulled out a strap, and that's when the fireworks started. One of my guys from the back seat grabbed the Glock and started busting back. The first shot skinned Suge in the head, and I thought it was dead. I had heard some stories, supposedly that Suge used Tupac as a shield when the bullets started flying, but that's Suge was already wounded, and he was the one that got touched. As the rounds continued flying, I ducked down so I wouldn't get hit.
Basically, yeah.
And so he said all of that. I ain't gonna go into no details. I'm gonna keep it street, this, that, and other. Only to let Vlad read off all the details, and then you agree to it at the end. So you might as well just say it then. Like what? But Vlad, I'm just gonna say this: Vlad is good at his job. He's good at suckering you dudes in. And I'm just gonna say once again, Culture Vulture at his finest. Vlad loves getting y'all on his platform and talking about stuff that you know as a criminal you ain't supposed to be speaking about. And he just keep feeding you the question. Even when you don't answer, he just keep giving you another one. Keep giving you another one until you give him something that's gold. And he walk away with the bag and you walk back to jail. Just saying. So as I said already, I don't know who's been arrested or who has not, but they raided Keefe D's house. And part of it is allegedly due to this interview I played before and this recent interview that I'm about to play now.
Right, because Greg Kading also called for the Las Vegas Police Department to arrest you.
He did?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, well, I did a deal with the U.S. attorneys and U.S. attorney and the dudes from D.C. Justice Department. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you came out here? He like, yeah, I came out here to get you. It was way bigger time people that was going to go down with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was going to go down. If I wouldn't have said nothing, everybody, lost our whole community, lost all my homies, you know what I'm saying? So they shredded the indictment. So I really did a lot of people a favor. They should be thanking me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think what Greg Kading's point was that when, he recorded you did the proffer agreement, all that can't be used against you. But if you choose to do interviews and talk about it again, that can be used against you.
He the one he did that crooked.
Wait,
That's crooked as a
when he released the footage?
He had man, proffer deals they don't record. You know,
really?
You know they don't record that.
Okay, I didn't know that.
FBI don't record. And you be set up there and do that is illegal. That's illegal. I would have never said nothing if I knew he had a teen in his pocket. That was supposed to be a secret to the. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They even said sue us.
I mean, you're 60 years old right now? Almost 60. Yeah. Are you worried at all? Are you worried that this might come back and bite you? And you might end up having to, essentially, at this age, anything related to that would be a life sentence, right?
And whatever life got to offer me, I'm going to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a God-fearing man. Whatever life going, deal me, whatever cards I got dealt, I'm going to handle it. I ain't going to go up there, cut my wrist, hang myself or nothing like that. They want to come put me in jail for life. It's something I got to do. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm scared of jail.
Well, you've done a quarter of your life in prison already, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that's really where you
ain't nothing. Vegas jail and California jail, way harder than Vegas jail. You know what I'm saying? And way more harder inmates. You know what I'm saying? I just left from there. They made me the map rep. You know what I'm saying? That's how big of a crip I was with them. Like, you the map rep, dog. Yeah.
So as you can see, we have another rapper that has talked himself back into jail, allegedly, by his own accord. And not only are they proud of it, they're like, every rapper keeps going on these podcasts talking all this stuff about stuff they did in the past, acting like it ain't gonna have no bearing on their life now. But then, as it's having bearing on his life now, they don't even care. Like he's okay with it. He's almost 60, and he's okay with finishing out the last part of his life in jail. But why is that okay? But why do we think this is okay that Tupac is dead? That the petty hip hop beef or whatever led to. I thought about this when this video came on, and I was so sad because of the brother that Tupac could have been. first of all, who he was. As big as he was and as torn as he was between the bad and the good in himself, and he was trying to be good and trying to be bad too, and just living that whole lifestyle. But he was trying to be good, man. And he was speaking up for black rights, and he was speaking up for black folk and what we going through and telling it through our vision. And it saddened me so much that something as petty as this small, minuscule beef led to him not being here anymore. He could have been like Dr. Umar times 1,000. You understand what I'm saying? But still able to reach the young people because he came from that, because he came from the mud and did all the things that he did. But he spoke up for black women. He spoke up for black men and black struggle and how and our point of view and where we come from. And he spoke up for God and made it okay for men that was in the street thugging to go home and get on their knees and seek God. And it just saddens me that he was not able to reach his full potential. Some people think he did because of all that he did. But me, I think he had so much more to do. And it hurt me to my soul to know that he ain't here no more to speak the way that he used to speak because of this. And then the people that had part in making him leave this earth don't even have no remorse for it, really. They just see it as petty beef, as, whatever. I ain't never heard Keefe D be like, man, I'm sorry I took Pac. It's hurtful to just think about this in totality. And I miss Pac, man, and I'm so sad that people like Pac and so many others that we've never heard of have been taken off this earth due to petty bull like this for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm sick of it, and I'm tired of us thinking that it's the norm. We should not be shooting each other in the face every chance we get, man. I'm tired of it, man. It's your boy P-Cam. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy, man.